Yo, what's up, everyone? We are literally live now. I am sorry. I know I'm starting late as hell for me to read through a brown dust story, but I've been just really busy, Dibs. Really busy. Life, work, and everything else has just been in my way. So, yeah, but we better start now. I'm actually going to have Ghost God Slayer with me tonight alongside Forever Koi, which you might not be talking that much because he's watching anime, but we're also going to have Ilion here. You know, Ilion likes to talk her shit. So, we're definitely going to be doing that. As always, I'm going to step away for one moment. I'm going to grab a bottle of water and all that stuff. So, if my throat gets dry while I'm reading through this long shit, then, yeah, because we had 10 chapters we're reading through tonight, but I'm interested in the story. Instead of all those spoiler warning, from what I heard, this story actually takes place as of a late game at the salvation in the story, the main storyline. So, in that case, up to you guys. But I will be doing all that on the channel as well. I'm actually gonna probably start doing that very soon instead of waiting until hard mode. I'm probably gonna just go through on hard mode and the other ones, and then just initial play for the rest of them. But yeah, we'll hit you up with some music to listen to, and yeah, dibs. So with that, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I love every single one of you. Thank you for joining me. I know I'm late. I already got a dislike already for being late. So yeah, I guess in that sense, I'll see you dudes in a few moments. I love you.
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah. She got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. I heard you look good when you're undressed. I heard you like to get away. I heard you like to stay out late. I heard you had a couple boyfriends. I heard they didn't treat you right. I heard you're hated by your girlfriends, cause all the guys want you tonight. Yeah, they say she's too hot, they say she's too cold. Where she came from, nobody really knows. They say she looks young, but say she acts old. From everything I've heard, she gets out of control. And all the boys say she was sent from the heavens, but I'm not too sure that this girl is a blessing. She's got the devil's eyes and they'll cut you like a weapon. She's stuck in my mind like a bad obsession. Got bad intentions. She got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me. She's got a body like a coke thing. She likes to keep the party going. These rumors got me feeling lonely. I want that body, baby, show me.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? We are here. We are here, and we are near. We are here because we like booba. We are here tonight because we like booba. I say we because not only is it me, but we got my degenerate brother, aka nephew, right here, named Forever Coy. We know this man is possibly the most degenerate motherfucker we know. And then we got him, Ghost Godslayer himself, the man who's from the dirty, dirty, dirty South. A Texas man right there. Ghost Godslayer. We also got the homie IB right here. I don't know what the heck she back there doing, but she joined us tonight because she just like us. She like titties. So that's why she here tonight. And we got Ilion here. Now, Ilion, I don't know what the hell Ilion likes, because Ilion is just Ilion. Ilion, he like titty, he might like PP too, but we don't know. But, goddamn, you low. Let me turn you up. But yeah, we here tonight to do this story, although they here to join me, my dyslexic ass, while I'm reading through this story tonight. That's what's going on, Dibs. They here to join me and possibly laugh as I stutter when I read through this shit. So, if you guys are here to watch me suffer, that is perfectly fine, because I'm perfectly okay with y'all watching me suffer, because that's what I do this for. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I'm willing to stay up all fucking night to do a live stream with you dudes and then take my ass to work at 5 in the fucking morning, that's saying some shit. But, like I said, I'm here for some fun tonight. Hope you guys enjoy and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to go ahead and start off by collecting from the Gloopy Diner. I have been really putting in some time here at Gloopy as all, because I do want to build this up, because I want to be able to fondle and have some fun time with these girls in here. The things that I've saw that you can do with these chicks in the Gloopy Diner is insane. As you can see, I haven't even posted my actual review for this yet. But you can see I'm at level 9. I've only been playing the Gloopy Diner for maybe like 4 days. And the store is at level 9. Which I'm pretty sure that's pretty simple, because I mean, as you can see how many points you can gain by just sitting here and playing. We're already at the next stage and all that stuff. So I mean, yeah. Hold on, we'll give the little kitties some water. Give Sleepy and Snow a little bit of water before anything else. Give them a little bit of this water out of this water bottle I got. That's all they freaking need. They're not getting my whole goddamn water bottle. They can wait till later. But as I said, I'm here to read through Full Moon. I mean, not Full Moon. What the fuck is this? Going Home. I'm here to read through that story. But I did say that I was going to do a single draw tonight whilst I was live on here. I was going to do one, because I did use up all my little pick tickets during the battle video and all. And I'm not using none of these. I am saving these tickets for when whatever new units come out. Well, if we get She Had Us Odds summer version rerun, I'm using these to get her, because I do want to immediately max her out, because she is a limited unit. So we are going to try to get our hands on another little unit that we actually want. Hopefully I can get my hands on armpit action here. Like, that's really what I'm going for. I really want to get my hands on some armpit action. Where is she at? Right here. I really want to get my hands on another copy of her, or any of them in here that I really need more copies of. I'll even take another copy of my girl right here. But let's see how we're gonna do. We gonna get anything? Nope. A straight dud. Like, the only way in this game, the only way you know you got something is if you magically pop up and it shows up with the thing. That is Ilion in the background. That was definitely Ilion. He is playing Mosh there. Whatever the fuck it's called, Mosh Dash right now. So no wonder he did not say any goddamn thing. When he starts playing that shit, he is completely lost. His brain cells straight into the game. Yeah, his brain cells are gone. Like, no one else fucking matters in the goddamn world. Like, we could be dying in the background, and this nigga would not pay us no damn attention at all. But alright, so I should have been. See? That's what, Dibs, I just said it. IB is a woman of culture. Excuse me, nah, a nigga of culture, because IB is just one of the niggas. And they like titty. Just like us. We like titty. Look, I have to be honest, we like titty here. We can all vouch that. Look, we already know if titty did not exist, the world would be a very bad place. Am I wrong, Ghost? Yeah, that too. If we didn't have our Wang Dang Doodle, the world would be a very dark and very, very bad place. God knows that we need our peepees. I'm going to go ahead and cash this out real quick. I'm going to cash out on these because I do want to get another copy of her. Because by the end of this, I would like to see if I can get past the boss battle. I already don't, like, all these units, I already have them. So, truth be told, the dust being collected here ain't helping when I already have certain things. Like this right here, I'm not worried about keeping dust on this shit. Like, dust being on here ain't important. Like, the weapon, I get the fucking weapon, The dust that's important is on units that I don't have, because it allows me to get them. Now, or if I'm still pulling for them and they're limited, that's when I'll leave the dust there. That way, by the time I get to the last copy, if I already got 4, I'll use the dust to get my final copy. But I am going to go here, back to the, not the package shop. I don't want to go there yet. I'm going to go hit, damn, that ass. I want to go to here. Matter of fact, am I still sharing my screen? No, I am not, because IB does not even know what the fuck going on I'm talking about right now. There we go. So now that we're resharing the screen so IB can be in the loop on why I said the thing what I said about Kitty. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So I cannot buy any more of those scrolls right now. Also, I actually got some codes here that I want to share with you all, Dibs. So actually, let me go do that. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because it's on. I have them in a freaking thing on my desktop. Damn it. There we go, desktop, and I need to search for the one that says brown dust. I bookmarked them so I did not have to go look for them. There we go, text document for brown dust. And what I'm going to do here, Dibs, I do have to open up Google, so I'm going to freeze up for a moment here because I got to open the Google browser up just so I can show y'all everything. But alright, so I got the codes up here. Now, one of these codes, it just gives you a rainbow scroll. That's literally what it does. It gives you a rainbow scroll, so you guys actually will be able to get one item. So we're going to use these codes before I do anything else. So go back, give it a minute, and we're going to go over here and we're going to click on registration code. So of course, if we click on registration code, we're going to actually move over to our browser area right here. And of course, that's my username. You guys know this already. I see it all the time at the top of the screen. And what we're going to do, we're going to put these, I think it's like 8 codes I got here in. Now, one code in particular that I got, more than likely, is not going to work because I already entered it. It gives you the rainbow scroll, like I said, which allows you to, in story, if you see an SSR unit that you want, it will allow you to actually get it. So all these codes I'm putting in, I will have one of the homies remind me to put this down in the description, because I meant to put this in the description. That's the one that I've already used right there, more than likely. That is the one that I more than likely already used. Number 3 for the scroll. Yeah, because that one still works. Now, these are all over from the official Discord. I just scrolled back through dates and times that I wasn't sure if the code was there or not, but it said that all these are active until like late August. So, hey, make sure you use these codes, because we have summons coming up for more limited units, and that's literally what you guys want to go for and make sure you grab. Is limited units. This one is already used, so the other one was expired. That one I just put in was the one for the actual scroll. That was a secret code that was in the shop, that was in the event area for one of the actual summer events. So those are the codes. Make sure you put those all in. Now, upon doing that, you want to back out. I'm going to pop over to the screen. Once you back out of there, you go to your mailbox, however, and once you go to your mailbox, you'll have all this in here. You see that? Look at that. I just got another 5 tickets. I got a weapon right here and everything, and I got 1,200 gems. So let's see. No, I got 8 more tickets. So now that actually brings my ticket count up to, I think, 483 now, right? No, 484 on the ticket. So I'm almost to 500. The Powder of Hope. honestly, I'm not too pressed on keeping the powder here either. Like, I'd rather take it and use it on another unit. Like, I'm being dead ass. And that's what we're going to do. So, before we go to story, because I know I'm taking up time here that I could be reading story and all. But I wanted to finish it off. So, I'm going to go to my, where is it? Powder. And Powder of Hope. So, we have all of them. But the one we want to get a dupe of is really her. We want to get a dupe of her because it's always good to have an extra of her now because of how hard she fucking hits. Now, she is available for another one, but she's going to be there for another 4 days. So if I decide I want to get another copy of her off rip, I could. But as of right now, I'm not going to really worry too much about it. I can also get another copy of Baby Girl out of here. But I'm going to wait in this case because, one, other units are coming. And it's always good to make sure that I can get more units for what I really freaking need. Plus, this is monthly. So, kind of afraid right now to actually push for that. Even though I have a chance to do it. But monthly and wanting something now don't mix. Let's just say that. Alrighty, so as I said, we are going to go ahead and dive right into this now. So this story is probably going to be long as fuck. I still got some more shit here. Finds, Touch, and Rice. Ghost, Koi just called you.
Apparently that was a fourth dildo that was thrown on the WNBA court.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to be careful on what you say, because remember, I want you to remember we are live, and we are live on both Twitch and YouTube. So I know you're used to being coy in chat, but I need you to tone it down tonight. At least I know this is a degenerate thing, but sometimes the things you talk about and pop up with are not stream friendly at all. No, I said some things. I didn't say that. You talking about a dildo getting thrown into the W? Wait, you said the WNBA ring?
Yeah, this is the fourth one.
Hold on. You said the WNBA. Why the hell is the stream still fucking glitching? Why the fuck is it still glitching? Like, that's weird. My nigga said the WNBA. Welcome to the stream, Ajito, by the way. My bad for not paying attention just now. I'm so sorry. I really was not looking at the damn chat. I was talking so goddamn much. So, yeah. But yeah, shit. That caught me off guard. Yo said the WNBA. Fourth dildo found on the Yo said a fourth dildo. The fourth dildo. Wait, what? Where was the what? When was there a first dildo?
A couple nights ago.
Yo, okay. Yo, I'm supposed to be. Yo, okay. This is why I can't have Koi in my streams, because he brings up shit and then I lose track of what the fuck I'm doing.
I'll be giving you valuable information just so that if you ever watch a WNBA game and you see something green go flying, you know exactly what it is.
But you know what? I cannot argue with his point though there, because I'm not even gonna lie. I would be concerned and confused too if I to see. I mean, I want to know what the fuck it is, but I want to wait. Hold on, why the fuck was it? Okay, was the crowd throwing the dildos, or was it the chick playing basketball?
Random player, he just threw it. And then it was thrown, they didn't know what it was, so they had to pause the game. And after they paused the game, they went and found out what it was. They ended the whole game. Everybody had to evacuate the stadium.
Well, shit. There you have it, Dibs. People out here throwing dildos and shit, bruh.
Yeah, they arrested the person that did it too. The question is, I don't know how they found out though.
And look, bruh, you out here throwing dildos, fingerprints, bruh. Fingerprints go a long ass way.
Like that, the person would have to be in prison first. But they must have caught him in the act of like throwing it.
Probably. Alright, so now she's at +5 now, Dibs. So we don't got to worry about ever getting her again. Because now she's now at +5. If she appears again and we need another copy, bam. So that's what those rainbow scrolls are made for. That's for you new players that don't know what those are there for. So that is what we have them for. Alright, so that's the only reason I really came in here. I wanted to just do that so I can complete this and do another roll real quick on. Oh, I gotta use 60 fucking rice. Are you serious? They make me use 60 rice. I don't want to use 60 rice. That's the only thing, Dibs. If you use some of your rice and all before you actually get a chance to, you gotta actually use it all. So I gotta go in and use, like, I gotta use one piece of rice right here from this. There we go. Now we good. Now we should be good. Now the mission should be done. Damn, Dibs. Like, like, the game Ground Dust is so fucking, like, particular about making sure you do everything you need to do. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Boom. Got those tickets. We got some more of those. Boom. Can we get a full run, please? Probably not. We actually got a full run. Damn. And there's the next set of tickets right there. Shit. That would have been our next 10 draw. Alright, how close are we to finishing up this set right here? 3 missions off, which is Mirror War, and that's fine. I can actually finish that off easily. And then for this one, which is this is the expensive one. Okay, 3 days off. I can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're getting another X amount there. So 4 days, 5 days, give or take, and we'll be finished. So yeah, I got this. All right. Well, we are raring to go. Wait, what? There's more? Oh, this shit didn't pop up during the actual video. Bam. Alright, so we did finish this off last time. So, bam. So, before I go in, I need to go in. I keep saying that. We are now at 486 when it comes to our tickets. And all that shit. Alright. Story time. So, now you know, shit gets dark. This is not voiced. I wish it was. Because if it was, I wouldn't be reading shit. I'll be silently reading in my mind with my dyslexic ass. But, obviously, we can't have that. So, now you know now, we do have about 10 chapters here that I am reading through. So we're going to be here for a good while. So get your snacks and prepare to laugh at my goofy ass because it's happening. As you can see, we got to go all the way here. And then the next stream is going to be taking us all the way to fucking here. So we got snowflakes for one, and the first one is flutes and trumpets. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to buy the rest of that shit for the other event. So with that, let's fucking go. Stop. God damn it. Okay. I don't know what the fuck it said because it skipped so much. So I gotta go back. I gotta go back in this bitch now. So we're gonna skip this one. And we're gonna go back in it because obviously. Alright. This story is closely tied to the main plot in Story Pack 17. See, like I was saying, Salvation, Story Pack 17. So you're going to want to go back and make sure you don't get no major story development. I am going to read it, but I do want to do the events as they come along. So I don't mind some spoilers. Kind of like when it comes to Nikkei, certain story events, when it comes to side story, actually have plot that goes along with the main story, such as when we actually see the incidents with Crown and Modernia at the fact of the kingdom story has ties to the main storyline after Modernia actually gets left with Crown and main story. So that's why I said that. But let's continue. For the best experience, we recommend completing Story 17 before playing this story.
Up, down, right.
An unknown land, unreachable by any human. This content manifested yet far beyond lies in a place so distant that even crossing every sea named by humans is not enough to reach it. A realm where winged valkyries soar breath in the gods. Wait, bathe a bath in the gods' radiance blessings. Oh shit. Okay. This is the land of the demigods, the Frala. Wait, are they trying to say Frau Hala? Are they trying to say that Freelia's daughter of the goddess Norjaya? I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. We're just gonna call her God Mama. That's what we're gonna call her from now on. Because I'm probably not even gonna do that. I'm probably gonna continue just pronouncing the fucking name. The Valkyries of this realm devote themselves to the gods with pride and solemn honor. At the heart of this land lies its most sacred site, a towering arena where the Valkyries compete. I mean, the Valkyries stand face to face. Yeah. Weapons in hand, awaiting the final rite that will mark their ascension as true Valkyries. Okay. Riku Highwind, welcome to the stream. Only FF14 allow. Nah, everyone's allowed here. I don't give a damn. I don't care, Riku. By the way, Elliot is here if you want to talk, if you want to say something to him as well. Alright, oh, Divine Mother. Alexion. Bro, they're still talking about that damn crazy evil. You know what, bruh? Oh, Divine Mother Alexion. Oh, Heavenly Guardian Norjaya. Oh, God. Okay. As your faithful servant, as your faithful servant and spear, I beseech thee, for thy grace grant us the dawn after the twilight, and the light after the dawn. What? Okay. A prayer is given to Alexion, the mother of all gods, life, and earth. That is the final rite before the duel between the two Valkyries begin. Though they stand before the great honor and glory of becoming a full-fledged Valkyries. Neither of the two contendants show that slightest sign of fear or nervousness. That's right. The moment you show any nervousness, that's your ass, yo. You stepped in there in the presence of God and shit, about to compete in an arena and shit. Nah, bro, you better show that. Nah, I'm the favorite. I'm the fucking favorite, yo. Hell yeah. Frilia's lips slowly curl into a faint smile as she watches over the two. This bitch. From Brown Dust, from Brave 9. I remember working my ass off to get her, bro. It took so goddamn long, bro. It took a lot of draws, but I got her. And then when the game shut down, they maxed every fucking unit I had out and gave me extras, and I was with it. Don't ask me why this camera keeps glitching, but it does. Oh well, fuck it. Alright, so begin. At Frilia's signal, the two Valkyries charge at each other with formed ferocity, swords in hand, slashing and slashing. I know it doesn't say that, but I'm trying to add a little spice to this shit because it's starting off and like we ain't got no bread and no butter right now, and we need a little bit of that oomph in this bitch. Like, let's be real here. We need to see blood or something. I want to see a bitch get kicked to the ground and stomped. Let's be real here. Smite somebody already. Fuck. Then after a while. Yeah, hard breathing. Yeah, someone got fucked up. Out of breath already. I knew you were no match for me. Don't act tough. You've been slow on your defense this whole time. Huh? The battle, which started with the early hours, continue on, and before long the first light of dawn starts to creep in. What started as a honorable match to test each other's skills has now devolved into a struggle to see who collapses from exhaustion first. Their honor lies in a tactor torn and barely clinging on, and the spear and sword each one holds they have broken time and time again. God damn! Hold the fuck on! Y'all been fighting that fucking long that y'all shit broke? Bro, what? Nigga. Nah, yo. Fuck that. Nah. If you fighting so damn long that your shit snapping in half, that's a done deal. You need to quit now. The face of the watching Valkyries grow increasingly grim. This is no longer a battle of honor or pride. It is a battle. It has become a pitiful struggle for the sake of victory. Damn. Shit, really? They all know this to be true, yet not a single one dares ask Freya to end the duel. All except for one Valkyrie. Enough. A strike of lightning sunders the sky. Ooh. Oh, mommy milkers. Okay, bet. So you were once a Valkyrie, and now you are fallen. Okay, now I understand. You have been smited for going against shit, and you got kicked the fuck out. That's why you went rogue. Okay, I understand. I'm on your side right now too. 100% team motherfucking Morphia, bitch. I'm sorry, Dibs. Sometimes when it comes down to evil motherfuckers, I'm with it. I'm with some of the things they do, because sometimes these holier than thou motherfuckers in these games be dicks. We talk about anime and shit. I'm not gonna lie. Anime, like manga, anime, and video game churches, they assholes. They assholes. I'm sorry, they really are. Just as, and I don't mean that in real life. I'm a devout Christian, so don't take anything I'm saying to heart about real life shit, because this does not divulge into real fucking life. This is literally fiction I'm talking about. Go watch some anime. You'll understand. Just as the crowd reaches a silent consensus, a new Valkyrie emerges, lightning crackling around her form. With effortless grace, she blocks the deadly strike from both Valkyries, her form a brilliant light at her heart of the arena. It is Alire, the faithful wings. Cease. I will not tolerate any further disgrace. Lady Alire. But the duel isn't over yet. This is the final trial to become a Valkyrie, a honored right for your most glorious moment. Yet here you two stand with dust clenching your weapons so tightly that your hands bleed. Do you truly intend to trample each other underfoot just to seize a victory's crown? What are you doing now? This is no defeat from the disgraceful ways of humans. This is no different than the disgraceful way. Damn, she just came at our fucking necks, bro. Humans, please forgive us. The two Valkyries candidate lower their weapons and step back. Okay, good shit. The two Valkyrie candidates, they dropped their weapons and back the fuck up. Okay, they didn't want to mess with her. Fuck that. Their bodies tremble uncomfortably with fear. But is it not the strength of the figure? But it is not the strength of the figure before them that strikes fear into their hearts. It is the one watching the duel from up above, the greatest and most sacred goddess in the realm. What they fear is their served punishment from Philia, who harbors nothing but utter hatred for humans. Alvire, you are the only one who truly understands me. Philia raises silently from her divine seat. Then her solemn voice spreads across the entire arena. My mother, Norvegia. No, let me try to pronounce this. Norgia, guardian of the heavens, created this trial to choose those worthy of righteously protecting this world. In accordance with her will, the proud warriors who stand beside the goddess must be more noble than defiled than any being. Yet, in this sacred arena, meant for determined true Valkyries, you have defiled that diligent dignity, masking disgrace as the pursuit of honor. Oh shit, this is a disgrace that cannot be forgiven. Punishment must be dealt accordingly. Damn, they guessed that shit right. She about to whoop their asses, bruh. As the goddess speaks of punishment in her voice, heavy with solemnity, I hope I pronounced that right. The two Valkyrie candidates shallow, dryly, dread tightening in their chests. Oh damn. Nevertheless, your loyalty is something I hold high regard. The devotion you have shown in struggling to serve me, even at that expense of your own dignity as Valkyries. In the days to come, I shall prepare another stage to test your worth once more. If by then you fail to restore the honor you have cast to the ground today, I will personally reclaim the life I have bestowed upon you. Jesus fuck. God damn. Yeah, she's just as fucking mean as she was in Brave 9. She's just as fucking mean as she was in Brave 9. God damn. Yes, Lady Philia. With that, the Valkyries scatter and fly away. The two Valkyrie candidates who had been anxiously awaiting the goddess's judgment in the arena also leave the grounds to prepare for the next trial. Alvire. A voice so low and faint that no one else in the arena could hear it. But Alvire could hear it clearly. The calm yet stern and even angry voice of the goddess. Yes, Lady Philia. Stay. I wish to have a word with you. As you command. The Valkyries did depart from the arena, leaving Philia and Alvire alone. For a brief moment, silence lingers. Truly a mystery, is it not? I was born to the mother whose divinity far surpasses my own. a true God who gave me nothing but love. Since the day she left this world, there has been none who stood by above me. Not even my father, who was a mortal man. I revived us. He revived us. No. He revered us, his children, until the end of his life. After all, and yet I find myself flattering before you. Perhaps it is because you were the one of my mother's held closest amongst all Valkyries. A fleeting witnessfulness passes through Phrylia's eyes. She must be recalling the briefest of moments she shared with her mother, Nergea, moments short even by the standards of gods. And perhaps it is also because I was once your teacher, Lady Phrylia. Yes, that is right. You always held yourself as a stern mentor to Ida and to me as well. But that time has passed. Before the heavenly guardian returns to the embrace of Alexion, she entrusted me to you. By her decree, you are now bound to serve me as my Valkyrie. Is that not so, Valkyrie? Yes, it is, as you say. Then tell me, why did you stop the duel? I had not committed it. Even knowing how deeply I despise humans, you dared call my loyal Valkyries disgraceful like them? Had you been any other Valkyrie, I would have broken your wings on the spot. Yeah, she's just as much of a bitch as she was in Brave 9. I have no excuse, Lady Phrylia. However, even if the same situation were to arise again, I would do the same. We are proud warriors of Alexion. Actions that bring disgrace to the divine must never be tolerated. A hint of displeasure passes over Phrylia's face. Okay. Even if it is a command from a god, no one gives... Look, just like in Brave 9, bitch, no one gives a fuck what you say. You're arrogant. That's the problem. You're arrogant, and you think because you have power, you literally... You got your ass beat by a succubus, bro. I would fuck you up in this game. 100%. 100%. If I go running them ones with you, I would slap the shit out of you and tell you that you're nothing. Like, literally. I'd probably piss on your shoes. 100%. If it is a command from a god, then all the more so. Phrylia suddenly raises her hand, and the other Valkyries would have recoiled in fear, expecting the goddess to slap them. However, there is not a trace of hesitation or fear in Alvire's face as she holds her look at and pride and unwavering conviction. After she confirms this, a smile forms in the center of Phrylia's lips. The wind's been taken out of my sails. How could I bring myself to punish a Valkyrie with a gaze like yours? Phrylia's grasped the air. Grasp the air with a raised hand, casing light to burst forth from an empty space there where there should be nothing. In the next moment, the light takes the shape of a blue sword as it materializes in Phrylia's hands. I had intended to reprimand you for your offense and deliver punishment, but I have changed my mind. Instead, I find it more fitting to reward you, to bestow upon the Mistletoe, my mother's sword, and the symbol of fidelity. You're entrusting Mistletoe to me, but this is Lady Nagia's sword. How could someone like me possibly wield the sacred blade of Nagia? I never considered it mine. I was simply keeping it safe from the start. I always believed it belonged to you, the one my mother held so close to her heart. The sword of fidelity, Mistletoe, Lady Nagia's sacred blade. Overe, during the last war against the night world, I came to one truth: the beings of this world are far too fragile and easily tempted. That is why my conviction has never wavered. I will see this world filled only with the strong and worthy. The reason I allowed their duel to descend into disgrace was to prepare them for wars still to come. A warrior who clings to dignity on the battlefield will not survive. Damn, she got a fucking point there though. A shadow falls over Phrylia's face. It is clear she is recalling the dreadful war she once endured against the terrible realm. However, when such thought grows excessive and leads me to fully having a faithful soul like you by my side, to speak frankly is my fortune. Now take it, and with that sword, annihilate my enemies. With a reverent heart, Valkyrie gets down on one knee and receives Mistletoe's from Phrylia. Receiving a weapon from the god, as always, has always been the greatest honor of Valkyries. Moreover, it is customary from the god to assign a honorable mission to the Valkyrie upon bestowing a weapon. This is not only signifies great honor, but also proves that recipient is worthy of such honor. I humbly ask that you bestow upon me missions. Ooh, where the echo coming from? This shit's long. That's why I said, yeah, sure.
What's up? What was your deal? If you saw a female, right? You walked up, said,
hold on, Jimmy.
She said she got mad, and then this little man walked up behind the car.
Hold on, Dibs, give me 1 second, because this is still gonna take a while. I knew it was gonna take a while to begin with, but still. There we go. I knew it was gonna take a while to begin with, but yeah, still yet. I just pulled Ilya. Alright, I humbly ask that you bestow upon me a mission, Lady Phrylia. I shall devote myself to delivering you the glory of victory. Damn, yeah, this one is long. Like, this is long as shit right here, yo. God damn. Very well. Recently, I have heard news that fairies are going missing. In pursuit of dark power, corrupted magic, humans are seeking to claim fairies' magic. My sword descends to the surface elements of warlocks and save the fairy kingdom. Mercy is unnecessary. I order you to annihilate every last one of them. Your enemies are my enemies, Lady Philia. I swear to pursue and annihilate them until the very end of this world, and vow to rescue the fairies without fail. Valkyrie spreads her wings with the resolute gaze. As a Valkyrie, she has complete her mission, prove herself to her master. Her long journey on which she takes her very beginning just began. That was long as a motherfucker. God damn, that was long. That was only part 1. Why is this shit so fucking long? Okay, somewhere on the surface in the forest, far from the human reach. At first glance, it appears like an ordinary forest filled with dense trees, something one might find on any continent. But those sensitive to magic would be unable to sense anything. Philion must have left. Oh well. Guess it's just me. Alright, those sensitive to magic would be unable to sense the extraordinary abundance of mana that resides within. Was this the reason why? I see. So this is the only continent said to still be rich with mana. It seems that tracking the fairies by their magical power will be impossible after all. It wasn't difficult to find the forest in Surburn where the fairy kingdom lies. Even Valkyrie, with her limited sensitivity to magic, can distinctly feel the immense forgent mana enveloping the forest. The true power, however, is that magic power is so immense and overpowering that it immense any trace of small magical life forms within. No matter. Mistletoe rises into the air upon Valkyrie's call. Lady Naja always called upon you when seeking out her enemies. Will you now do the same for me my lord, and find our foes? Mistletoe sways gently in the air, offering no reply. Valkyrie waits a moment, but the sword remains completely silent. I guess this isn't how mistletoe is used. This way, master. Followed by those words, the tip of mistletoe tilts sideways, pointing towards somewhere deep within the forest. Mistletoe, are you responding to my call? It must be that way, thanks. A sudden swoosh cuts through the air before Valkyrie can finish her sentence. By the time Alvira comes to her senses, Mistletoe has already vanished from sight. Huh. I was not aware Mistletoe had this kind of power. That's cool. So the sword can talk. It kind of reminds me, it even has the same name. It reminds me of Is This a Zombie? Like, you know the situation where as though, those who may not know about this, but in Is This a Zombie, the character, the magic Gapling girl, whatever the fuck it is, she's called, she has an ability where she summons a big ass chainsaw called Mistletoe. And basically what happens, it was going on, is this is named the same thing. And Mistletoe, somehow we as the viewer can hear the thing's voice, but she can talk to her weapon, which is pretty damn cool. So that reminds me of that. Surely it's not going to finish my mission for me, right? Wait, Mistletoe, this is my mission. Wait, Mistletoe, this is my mission. Alvira spreads her wings and soars into the distance. Mistletoe disappeared. With Mistletoe soaring in sight line, in a straight line, Alvira is able to follow it with ease. Following the trail, it cuts left into trees. Alvira beats their wings in earnestly until she finally manages to catch up. Mistletoe. At least Alvira catches up to where Mistletoe has come to halt. Before her is a human, a member of Force Frilia's Lothis, with every fiber of her being, and from the tip of that human's fingers, Alvira senses something faint yet unmistakable. Dark magic. You're a warlock. Eek. All warlocks shall be exterminated. Though the figure before her is a young boy, Alvira shows no hesitation as she swings her sword. Mercy is a luxury not afforded to enemies. Gender and age are invalorant. Wait, that's all right. Irrelevant when it comes to judgment. Eek. Huh? Alvira strikes with her sword again and again, but the boy is unharmed. His cries of fear are the only sound that resonates. How can this be? Alvira raises her sword again and plunges it down toward the boy's heart. Then she quickly realizes why the boy is unharmed. Huh? Mistletoe's blade had stopped right in front of the boy's chest. Even as Alvira exerts her strength, Mistletoe remains unmoving, as if fixed in place with the very fabric of space itself. You savage! I'll never tell you where the fairies are, no matter how much you threaten me. I'd rather die. As Alvire watches the boy scream and struggle, she begins to understand why Mistletoe refused to strike him. So that's how it is. You judged him not by my enemy. You judged him not to be my enemy. I wish for a sword that follows my will, not one that seeks to sway my thoughts. It's probably a good reason why, though, when you think about it. Return, Mistletoe. I shall call you when the time it comes. Following Alvire's quiet command, Mistletoe shatters into light and fades into the air. Alvire lets out a short sigh, then draws her original sword from her waist and points it at the boy. I'll ask you once, are you a warlock? A warlock? No, of course not. I'm just... Answer only what I asked. If you don't this time, my blade won't stop. What's your name? You asked him, was he a warlock? He said no. Hansen. Alvire's sword edges closer to Hansen. My name is Hansen. What were you doing in this forest? I was researching fairies, but then I told you only answer what I asked. He was answering your question. Yo, damn, chill. Huh? Why would a human researching fairies possess dark magic? It was to erase the trace of magic because of terror. Absorbs mana. So then, what kind of trace of magic were you trying to erase? The fairies' magic. The fairies' magic? Were you trying to stop me from finding them? No, the opposite. I was trying to keep the warlocks from finding them. I see. Only then does Alvire lower her sword. The boy, who had been tense to his limit, immediately breaks into a fit of coughing as soon as the blade is withdrawn. Human, do you know the way to the fairy kingdom? You're not trying to hurt the fairies, are you? The boy's voice is laced with content. Oh, yeah. With caution. As he speaks, when Alvire lowers her gaze, she shouts a dagger fastened at his waist. She spots a dagger fastened at his waist. Okay. He too has entered this forest to protect the fairies. Judging by his reaction, he definitely knows the location of the fairy kingdom. He doesn't have the physical ability to harm me, and his mana is limited. It's safe to assume he's hostile to warlocks. After a moment of thought, Alvire decides to reveal the truth to him. She tells him that she's... Oh, God damn it. Hold on, Dibbies. Alright, my bad, Dibs. That was Britt that called me just now. Alright, so she tells... Alright, there we go. Morgan, you there? Where's Shadow? Did he make it? Oh, there he is. Hey, Shadow. Oh, you sound tired.
He just got off work.
Did you enjoy yourself today? Time out for a minute, Dibs. I'm sorry. I know you're like, nigga, you keep on stopping.
Some wild stuff happened today, but I had fun.
Okay, that's good.
Ultimately.
But at least you enjoyed yourself. That's what matters. At least you enjoyed yourself to an extent. I'm happy that you at least enjoyed yourself. Alright, hold on, Dibbies. Give me a sec here.
Go walk to McDonald's, I guess.
You said you're about to go to McDonald's?
Uh-huh.
You about to walk to McDonald's this time of night in DC.
I know, McDonald's is like a block away.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're in the main hotel, so you're good.
Yeah, they're open 20. It's like 3 blocks away. Yeah. They're open 24 hours.
Okay. Alright. She tells him that she is a valkyrie sent by the goddess with a mission to save the fairies. So Lady Olivia is a valkyrie. Thank you for Olivier. Thank you. I've been saying Olivier this whole time. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming down to protect the fairies. I also came here because I was worried about the fairies, but my strength alone wasn't enough. But when a strong Valkyrie like Lady Alvira, how you pronounce her name again? Olivier, thank you. Olivier here will surely have a chance. I can use magic as well, so I'll do my best to help. Of course, I'm still just a research student enough though. If you're a research student, are you researching fairies? Yes, I was researching fairies when, with the support of nobles. Though I did rush out when I heard the fairies. I'm about to fucking kill you. Hold on. You little white bitch. You little white bitch. Because I'm going to let you know, if this goddamn green screen fall on me while I'm streaming, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Get your ass over there. Yeah, I did. I got right the fuck up. Because if that green screen fall because of you, Snow, and you know better, I'm going to whoop your ass. Alright, I'm sorry, Debs. Yes, I was researching fairies to support the nobles, though I did rush out when I heard the fairies were going missing. But I'm planning to return once I know the fairies are safe. After all, my dream is to finish my research and become a fairy scholar. Do you really think you'll be able to return when the war hasn't even started yet? From the moment Olivier recalls the many wars she has endured, in the terror-filled world, countless gods and valkyries were swallowed by the darkness, never to be returned. In such a brutal wars, indivisible through strength does not generate one's survival among those who perished was the ones who had once been her Galander mentor. Oh, Galand? Wait, that's another term from another anime I watched. Fucking Galendorf. But they turned Galendorf into a goddamn... Well, they said mentor, so it's a high possibility that Ganondorf is still a he in that shit too. Lady Alvire. God damn it, I keep saying her name wrong. Olivier shakes herself free from her brief storm of memories and returns to reality before her. It's nothing. We can't afford to waste even a single day. Hurry up and lead the way, human. Yes, Lady Olivier, and in case you forgot, my name's Hansen. And so the Valkyrie and the human boy traveled together for several days. They didn't talk much, nor did they feel the need to, but they had grown close enough that one would glance back to check on the other now and then. We're getting closer to the fairy kingdom. I think we'll get there in about a day or two more. About 2 more days. 2 more days? I would have arrived much sooner if I were alone. Well, you don't know that. You're not exactly great at sensing mana, Lady Olivier. Damn, okay. For someone that was scared as shit a couple days ago, you damn sure just told her shut the fuck up, bro. She is peculiar creature, Olivier thought to herself. What is this strange sense of calmness, of closeness? He was screaming in fear when we first met, and now he's casually making jokes with me. Other than Grunhilder. They didn't say Galendor. Grunhilder. Oh, she knew Grunhilder. That's why they had her on our squad. That makes sense. No one has ever dared to speak to me like this. I can't let this grow. I can't let myself grow used to this. Distance is still just... Damn. This distance. He's still just a human. A feeble and foolish species, easily swayed by fear, always a moment away from turning their back on their duty. Time flows by. Night falls over the forest and darkness blanks everything. Olivier and Hansen decided to stop and set out again the following day. Oh, this looks like a good spot to build a fire. I hope to have a few potatoes, so I'll make some potato soup for you. I've told you more than once now, Valkyries do not need to eat. But I heard you can still taste things and feel emotions just as deeply as we do. There's even a record of Valkyries who served the goddess in and who served the goddess and loved tea. That must be about Brunhilde. She was completely obsessed with tea brewed by humans. But what? But that was so long ago. I've lost track of that years. I lost track. I lost track of the years. Are there only really still records about us being passed down? Of course. When I saw you, I thought you were exactly like a valkyrie described in the records. But what did they say? Warriors, divine and noble, but appear with dazzling light of their wings, the most beautiful beings in existence, more so than any life on the surface. I'm serious, you don't have to be so offended by it. It's too late. Hansen chuckles awkwardly, then quickly rummages through his things and pulls out a few potatoes. With a deft hand, he peels the potatoes using a dagger to add them to a pot before mixing in the other ingredients. Before long, the rich aroma is simmering, soup fills the air. Did you prepare my potion as well? Damn. Absolutely. I knew it. You were just pretending not to be hungry. Forget it. I was just joking. Please, just have a spoonful. At Hansen's plea, Olivier reluctantly takes the bowl and takes a sip of the soup. It's delicious. Of course, there were far more noble and refined dishes in Frilia's land. However, Olivier had never experienced such a deep and mellow tasting before. I probably would have become a cook if I hadn't discovered my passion for researching fairies. I'm confident in cooking, and it also warms my heart when I do it. It's warm. It warms your heart. Now that you mention it, earlier you talked about hearts and emotions. Is it more important to feel that than taste with your tongue? Of course it's not just about tasting. Of course, it's not just about tasting with your tongue or smelling with your nose. Welcome to the stream, Gamer Keeve. I love this story. It's great. See, I'm not lost really, but because I don't care about spoilers, I'm not at chapter 17 at all yet, but it's very interesting. By the way, I read very slow because I'm dyslexic as fuck, and I like to make sure I see things right. That's why I got Morgan Moonlight here with me to correct me on shit. I've said Olivier's name probably like 40 times wrong tonight. Like, and I know what her name is. It's just for some reason it keeps wanting to come out as Olivier. Alright, where was I at? True enjoyment comes from, let's start over. Of course, it's not just about tasting or smelling. Tasting with your tongue or smelling with your nose. True enjoyment comes from the heart. But yes, this story is very, very good so far. I'm only on chapter 2 out of 10 right now. And then with part 2, I think there's 10 more chapters. And it's not just cooking that brings that warmth. Purifying mana, using it to help fairies breathe. Oh, and seeing people enjoy my cooking, That warms my heart. So he's also trying to help the fairies or save them. I don't know, bro, because sometimes this game tends to just take a dark turn. Like, there's characters that I thought were good, and they end up being batshit fucking crazy, and I'm afraid they're going to do that to him. Is there anything that makes you feel the same way, Lady Olivier? I've never thought about it, nor do I need to. The pride of serving our goddess and the duty of carrying out our missions are the only two pillars on which Valkyries stand. And that's enough. That's what it is. Isn't that a bit too cold-hearted? I mean, that's how they were raised. I hope that someday you'll have something like this potato soup to Lady Olivier, something warm that can confront you. Honorable duties are wonderful, but sometimes when it's hard, you should be able to find comfort too. Is some story characters turn heel and become kind of evil, FLL, in some. That's what I'm worried about. Be quiet. Olivier's expression hardens and becomes cold. Seeing this, Hansen flinches back. I'm sorry, Lady Olivier. I spoke out of turn. That's not it. Look around you. You should be able to sense it more clearly than I can. Hansen cuts himself off mid-sentence and quickly holds his breath. He glances around for a moment and closes his eyes and focuses, trying to sense the shift in the air that can't be sensed. Yes, I can sense something unusual is happening. Olivier grips her sword, wary of the darkness surrounding the forest. In the pitch black woods, the Valkyrie's eyes glow softly in the gloom. Wow. Only thing I do notice as well is that this one is longer than the other ones I read through. And there's actually other stories that still got put out. I gotta pick the one out still with the sister, with the girl who had her twin sister soul inside of her, and all. I think it's called Full Moon, and the other one's called New Moon. So I need to put those two stories out still, and there's like one or two more that I haven't put out yet that I have to do. That's why I started streaming them, because recording them and putting them out is it takes too much. And then it takes up a lot of space and all too, so yeah. The forest is silent in the dead of night, broken only by the occulous chill of the wind. Still on guard, Olivier turns to Hansen and asks a question. What are you sensing, Hansen? The mana in the air suddenly thinned out. It's usually fluctuated, growing thicker or thinner. But this isn't natural. You're saying someone intentionally lowered their mana concentration. Yes. However, whoever is doing this is most likely targeting the fairies. Fairies can't breathe without mana, after all. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, goddamn, I did not realize that. I didn't know that about the fairies. Olivier's eyes sharpen at the mention of the fairies being in danger. She's certain that this is the work of the warlocks. Every warlock. Countless fairies will die if they aren't able to breathe. We don't have much time. There's no choice but to call Mistletoe. No. You promised you wouldn't use that method. Mistletoe's tracking leaves too many traces. Humans are more cunning and divisive. Yeah, divisive than you think. You, Lady Olivier, if they realize you're being hunted, they'll go deeper into hiding. If you, yes,
I'm going to bed.
night. All right. If we want to eliminate them all at once, we can't let our presence be detected. It wasn't because of this experience. It was because of this experience. This was why Olivier chose to journey to the fairy kingdom with the human who's utterly useless when it comes to fighting the warlocks. This human may be a coward with terrible combat skills. I don't think he's a coward because he's out there by himself. I wouldn't call him a coward now. But he has the will to stand his ground when it counts. So you can't call him a fucking coward. He's a little similar. Olivier suddenly realizes that he reminds her of herself back when she defied Frilia for the sake of their pride as Valkyries. But you said the fairies can't breathe if the mana concentration is low. Hiding our presence from the enemy is meaningless if they can't save the fairies. There's a risk of suffocation if they were here, but the fairy kingdom isn't. The fairy kingdom, it's higher in mana concentration, should still be safe. We just need to bring the fairies in danger to the fairy kingdom. We haven't encountered a single fairy so far. How are we supposed to find one and bring them to the kingdom? It's a temporary solution, but there's a way. I can purify and release a thin stream of mana. If there are any fairies nearby, they'll follow that trail of mana. I see, like a lifeline. However, I'll have to focus completely while I'm doing it. If the warlocks appear, please protect me. Hansen starts focusing without waiting for Olivier's response. Before long, a clear stream of mana begins to flow from him. It swirls briefly around Hansen, then it stretches out in the forest. His focus is remarkable. I doubt he can even hear me now. To leave himself so defenseless in my presence. Did he not even cross his mind that I might abandon him and go after the warlocks myself? Olivier draws her sword. Lady Frilia ordered me to complete annihilation of the warlocks, and I can do that with or without you. Even if the warlocks did catch wind of her presence and go into hiding, just as Hansen warned, Olivier knows she could still hunt them down all and kill them. Yet, despite all that, Olivier finds herself unable to take a single step from where she stands. Am I worried about him? That's ridiculous. He's a human, a race that Lady Freya utterly despises. He releases mana so the warlocks will come this way if they sense it. I'm simply using him as bait, that's all. I mean, he kind of figured you was going to do that. He said protect him. So, you let them come and just kill the warlocks. Time drifts on, and the pitch black forest gradually brightens with the first light of dawn. Hansen, despite staying awake the entire night, remains entirely focused. The same holds true for Olivier. Her sword, ever drawn, her vigilance growing as she watches every corner. Then suddenly her blade swings to point toward a spot deep in the forest. Who's there? Olivier's senses are precise. The bushes rustle between the towering trees, and soon someone emerges from within. But as soon as Olivier sees their face, she lowers her sword with hesitation. Oh, Rafia! This person isn't her target. Unknown fairy. Raffi was scared. Raffi only thought she was going to die. Raffi really thought she was going to die. Raffi would have been in big trouble if it weren't for this stream of mana. A small frame with pointed ears, clear sight that she's a fairy. However, the relief of seeing a fairy must have caused Olivier to unconsciously lower her guard. As a result, she is unable to stop the fairy named Raffi from dashing directly towards Hansen. In the end, Hansen tumbles to the ground with the fairy tangled up in her. With the fairy tangled up in his arms. Because of that faint stream of mana he was releasing loses its shape and shatters into the air. It's a fairy, I really saved a fairy. Yup, you saved Raffi. Hansen places his hand on the fairy's head. A soft blue light pulses from his palm. I can't feel much mana from you right now. You must be exhausted, huh? It's not much, but I'll share some mana. It should help you recover. You're a kind human, aren't you? Raffi's glad she followed that clear mana. Yeah, Raffi is one of my favorite characters. She's one of my all-time favorite characters. Who the hell is this? Little girl. Hold on, human. You keep your hands off her. At that moment, a small girl appears behind Raffia. A few glutees trail behind her. Who are you supposed to be? I won't let anyone who harms Raffia get away. Okay, so I guess she's protecting her. I don't fucking know. Grenadiers Glutees. That's her name. Grenadiers Grenadiers glutes encircle Henson, preparing to pounce at the slightest order. As I was just allowing me to speak. Olivier, who had been silent, observing the situation, finally steps forward, her wings unmistakably proof of her status as a Valkyrie, are boldly on display. I'm Olivier, a Valkyrie serving Lady Freya. I vouch for this human boy. A Valkyrie? Valkyrie hasn't descended to the surface in centuries. Why is a Valkyrie here? I was sent here with a mission to protect the fairy kingdom from its enemies. I'm on my way there, guided by this human, Hansen, who can detect magic. A Valkyrie's word. Oh, in that case, I'm glad I can trust you. I'm Grenadier, the Queen of Glutes. I'm Amber, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. I'm currently protecting Raphia, whom I met here in the human world. Wait, isn't Raphia the name of the fairy princess? Yes, that's Raphia, but more importantly, we don't have time. We were being chased by warlocks, and they'll be here soon. At those words, the smile completely vanishes from Olivier's face. Warlocks are coming this way. Yeah, we need to run quickly. Rafi feels drained and miserable when those humans are around. Damn. Running away is not an option. Yes, the fuck it is. She's weak. All warlocks are to be exterminated. What? You're going to fight them alone? No way. There are loads of warlocks coming after us. Right. And we're too exhausted to fight, where we won't be much help, Olivier. And this human doesn't exactly seem like a fighter. Lady Freya tasked me with saving the entire fairy kingdom alone. It seems I will have to demonstrate why just one Valkyrie is enough for this job, yo. Just then, the warlocks who've been chasing the fairies arrive. There are at least 5 or 6 of them. There you are, fairy princess. I'm not sure how much use I'll be, but I'll help. Hanson draws a dagger at his waist, but Olivier only glances at him and whispers quietly, "You won't need to use that." Huh? But I'm actually pretty good with a dagger. Before Hanson can even finish his sentence, a faint thud reaches his ear. Oh fuck. Olivier had moved in an instant, cleaning silence of the head. Wow. Slicing off the head of the warlock standing in front of them. Fuck. That's one down. Ha ha! She cut his head off in a blink of an eye. I couldn't even follow her arc of her blade. Olivier makes quick work of the warlocks. Her movements are like flashes of light, giving the warlocks no time to cast dark magic or even raise a weapon. Hansen mutters to himself blankly as he stands there with an unused dagger, with the unused dagger still in hand. So this is how a Valkyrie fights. Olivier is so strong. Olivier sheaths her sword, not even the slightest hint of breathlessness in her face. A moment later, the sound of headless warlocks' bodies collapses to the ground, followed with a dull thud. Damn. Then let's make haste to the fairy kingdom. We must get there before the warlocks do. Yes, of course. I'll keep guiding you. There's a shortcut this way that fairies use often. Raffia and Grenadier, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right, Grenadier follow behind Hansen as he leads the way. Alvira brings up the rear, covering their backs. But it doesn't take long for their steps to come to a sudden stop right in the middle of a narrow red trail. What's the holdup? Did something happen up ahead? This can't be. I can't believe this. What in the world is going on? I can't see anything from here. I'll just see for myself. Olivier pushes past the others who stand frozen in place and move to the front. Then she sees what made them stop. She too falls completely still. The world seems to darken, the shock hitting her like a blow to the head. What lies before her are three bodies, fairies like a family. Damn. Let's see, I still got 7 left. Fuck, okay. They have pained expressions. Olivier approaches the bodies of the fairies. It's a painful sight, but she knows she must uncover the cause of their deaths. Hansen too follows quietly behind her, his head bowed. The guilt of failing to protect the fairies is written all over his face. Please wait. Hansen reaches the bodies to speak to Grenadier. Please don't let Raffia come any closer. Got it. Raffia's face is pale. Grenadier wraps her arms around her shoulders and stops her from getting any closer and shakes her head. It doesn't seem like they were directly attacked. Hansen, check if there are any traces of dark mana on them. I'll scan the mana for mana. Hansen's face is contorted in despair. Still, he squeezes his eyes shut and forces himself to focus on the task at hand. After a moment, Hansen finishes scanning for mana and opens his eyes. I couldn't find any traces of Terra used by the warlocks, and I could barely sense any mana from the fairies either. No mana from the fairies either, in other words. Yes, Lady Olivier. Mana suffocation. They must likely met their fate before the stream of mana could even reach them. Olivier nods, then bows her head for a moment to offer a silent prayer. When the fairies reach the end of their lives, their forms fade and they return to mana. I wish we had more time to mourn them properly, but saving the kingdom comes first. I'm sorry, this is all we can do for them. Since the fairies' bodies dissolve into a blue mana and scatter into the air, the simmering mounts linger in the air before quietly slipping into the forest, fading away without any trace. Hansen, Grenadier, and Raphia all bow their heads in silent tribute, mourning the fallen fairies. Let's move. It's still a long way to their destination. The group passes without rest, dip deeper and deeper into the forest until, at last, they arrive at the fairy kingdom. Raffi recognizes this place. We're almost to the fairy kingdom. Yes, Raphia, just hold on a little longer. You'll be overflowing with mana soon. Once we cross the kingdom's barrier, something's not right. We're already inside the fairy kingdom. If there was a barrier, we passed it a while ago. What? That's impossible. But the mana concentration in the air is completely... Look over there. Grenadier shouts as soon as the group steps out of the path. Suffering fairies can't... No, I can't hold on. Before them lies a scene that can only be described as a hellscape. The fairy kingdom has become pure chaos. Fairy corpses, one after another, crying out in agony. What is happening? Could it be the warlock's vile hands have already made it this far? How could this happen? The fairy kingdom, it's supposed to be hidden and protected where there weren't even any warning signs. Raffi's head hurts. Everything feels like it's spinning. With a thud, Raffia's knees buckle as she falls to the ground. Her lips begin to turn an ashen gray. She's experiencing mana suffocation. Lady Olivier, what should I do? What can I do? Hansen lifts his hand and looks to Olivier. However, at the end of the gaze, the proud warrior of the heavens is nowhere to be found. The magic here is already depleting. Don't tell me I'm already too late. It was just a few days. I was only late by a few days, and all because I listened to a human, because I trusted him. The weight of the weight of unavoidable duty bears down on Damn. She's blaming him. Unavoidable duty. Damn, unavoidable duty bears upon her shoulders. This is a moment that deemed the decision from her. The decisions from her. No, that's wrong. There was never a decision to make from the start. My sword. Eliminate the warlocks and save the fairy kingdom. Mercy is unnecessary. I order you to annihilate every last one of them. That's right. There was only ever one thing I needed to do. Cut down the warlocks. If I had focused on that alone, none of this would have happened. Mistletoe. Pure light. Light pours down from mid-air. In the next moment, Mistletoe fully materializes. Search for the enemies. I must exterminate. Lady Olivia, no! Hansen steps in between Mistletoe and Olivier with his arms spread wide to keep his feet firm on the ground. Step aside, Hansen. There's no point in hiding goddamn dyslexia, my presence anymore. I'm not trying to hide you, Lady Olivier. I'm well aware that your presence is no longer an issue. The reason the fairies are suffocating is because of mana. Because mana has thinned out. We need to eliminate the cause right now. The cause of the mana depletion is humans. The greedy humans who's after the fairies' magic power. The problem will be solved if we eliminate them all. That's the answer from the beginning. No, it's impossible for just a few human warlocks to drain the kingdom's mana. The power of a magical device must be involved. If they were unable to deplete mana on a scale like this, we need to find it, and one mistake is enough. Step aside. I won't let you do this. I'll cut you down if you don't move aside. Olivia draws her sword and leaves it at Hansen and levels it at Hansen. But even then, Hansen refuses to move. I figured as much. Olivier already knew Hansen wouldn't back down. Even so, her resolve proves to be stronger. She swings her sword, fully aware that this choice will be her burden, and that she will come to regret it. Even so, she wants Hansen's death to be as painless as possible. Yet, with a sharp metallic clang, her blade fails to complete its arc. It was stopped. Mistletoe, which had been behind Hansen, had flashed forward, so its own to block Olivier's strike. Damn. You again, Mistletoe? Why must you be so stubborn? What I need is a sword, a weapon that obeys and carries out my will without hesitation. Even if you are the blade of Lady Norja, Even if you are a Logan's chosen partner, even if you are my, even if you are my longest chosen partner, I have no need for you if you stand in my way. I will never call upon you again. I won't kill this human, so disappear for my sight. Wow. Understood. Mistletoe leaves a brief reply before vanishing once more into light. Olivier, her sword, now shattered, cast a sharp glance at Hansen for just a moment. Then, without a word, she takes off, disappearing into the distance. Lady Olivier, what's done is done. We might as well try to look on the bright side. Now that Lady Olivier is getting involved, we won't need to worry about the warlocks anymore. In the meantime, I'll do what I can. Rafia, I'll share my mana with you. My magic with you. Hansen draws out his magic once more and passes it to Rafia. Only then does Rafia finally let out a strained breath. I'll have the glutees purify as much of the surrounding mana as they can, and I'll tell them to share their magic with the nearby fairies too. I don't think it'll help much. Thank you. Also, one more thing. You can ask me anything. If there's something I can do, I'll help however I can. Alright, please follow me. Meanwhile, somewhere in the woods, not so far away, the concentration of mana is noticeably dropping. It's almost time to act. We already ran a test on those guys earlier, so it's impossible to mess up. This concentration is just enough to leave them struggling to breathe, but not enough to take their lives. All we need to do is collect the ones who've fallen. It might cause an issue if we drag it out, but it should be manageable if we move quickly. But where are the others? I told them to check the situation to the south. They should have reported to me by now. I killed them all. A voice echoes from somewhere. Deep malice in that voice is enough to instill fear in the warlocks. He only flinches, yet the single moment was enough for all but one of the warlocks to be brought down. That comrade of yours won't be coming back, and the same goes for the rest of them. What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you killed them all? Why didn't I receive even a single report? Someone should have reported to me by now. How foolish. Did you not lay witness to it just now? Not a single word is allowed to leave one's lips while in my presence. Seeing that you are trying to report this to anyone, You must be the leader of the group that attacked this kingdom. If it comes to this, then even if I'm alone, still haven't figured it out, have you? You're already dead. What are you talking? Ah! The warlock coughs up blood and collapses to the ground. None of your comrades are left. The fairies will regain consciousness soon enough. Your plans has been thwarted. The fallen warlock soon draws his last breath. With that, the air of the fairy kingdom is set to return to normal. But deep in Olivier's chest, a fierce and inexplainable unease begins to stir. Did he laugh at the end? Lady Olivier! Hansen and Ganondorf arrive. Lady Olivier? That warlock! The warlocks! Did you defeat them all? Yes, there's no need to worry anymore. Just now, I eliminated the last warlock in the fairy kingdom. With that, the fairy kingdom is doomed to fall. In that moment, Olivier feels a jolt like lightning bolt struck through her body. What do you mean? There's no way. I missed any of the warlocks. That's exactly why. A look of torment clothes Hansen's face as he speaks those words. There's no doubt he isn't lying. Hansen explained to Olivier. Yes, Grenadier, I think it's best if you see it for yourself. Come with me. Inside there should be a magical device left behind by the warlocks. Damn, see? This is what happens. A hard head makes a soft ass. Should've listened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more, okay. Here's one. It isn't far from here, Olivier. Defeated the warlocks. It isn't far from where Olivier defeated the warlocks. There stands a massive magical device created by the warlocks, absorbing mana and releasing terror in its place. Is that a device that absorbs mana? Yes, it absorbs mana and creates terror. This device is the reason the mana has been growing thin. In that case, I just have to destroy it. Without hesitation, Olivier draws her sword and strikes the magical device with a single blow. Yeah. Had it been an ordinary structure, that single strike would have shattered it into pieces. However, the warlock's device shows no sign of even a crack. Damn. Wow. Oh, shit. Huh? Just as I thought, the device is the same. It's designed to be impervious to physical force. In order to deactivate it, only a warlock's terror is capable of controlling this device. At that moment, the group senses a presence outside the ruins. Olivier and Hansen both turns toward the entrance at the same time. Could it be a surviving warlock? That's good news. If it's a warlock, they'll know how to stop this device. No. Olivier already understood the irreversible consequence of her actions. She paused. The warlock's relentlessness, leaving not a single one alive. Damn. There was no way a warlock could have escaped her wrath. What entered the ruins was an unknown fairy. At a glance, it's clear the fairy is weak and that they most likely came here seeking refuge. Help me. The fairy collapses before taking more than a few steps. Olivier and Hanson rush to the fairy, but their body has already grown cold. I can't breathe. With a cracking voice fades before it can finish. The fairy's body soon dissipates into blue mana. And even that mana is pulled into the magical device. Mana suffocation. Unless we stop this device, the mana concentration will continue to drop uncontrollably. By now, all the other fairies are doomed. Olivier's sobs echo through the ruins. Hanson can do nothing but grit his teeth in silence. The loss of mana, which normally could only be sensed with deep focus, is now as clear as day. It's a clear sign that many fairies are losing their lives at the same time. I need to stop that device. Olivier approaches the device with bloodshot eyes, her hands shaking uncontrollably as she grips her sword. Stop. I said stop. Just break into pieces already. Olivier's sword is swung countless times, yet the magical device continues to function. Stop, please, Olivier. You'll just run out of strength at this rate. I could only watch as the fairies perished. What is my strength if I can't do anything with it? Wait, Hanson, this device operates on terror, right? That's right. Then maybe it could be destroyed with divine power. You would be right, but this device has already consumed most of the mana from the fairy kingdom. The usual amount of divine power won't be enough to even leave a scratch. Then I just have to use divine power beyond that. Mistletoe. That's right. The holy sword might be enough to save the fairy kingdom, but it's not going to come to her now. I bet it's not going to come out. Olivier looks to the sky for a moment. Mistletoe, which should have appeared in the burst of dazzling light, remains silent, unresponsive to her call. What are you doing, Olivier? Hurry up and call. Hold the holy sword. She can't. What? Why not? Mistletoe is her sword, isn't it? It's probably because of her fidelity. Huh? Fidelity? Mistletoe This is the sword of fidelity. Mistletoe stood against me with a righteous will, and I trampled over it. And I trampled over it. Because of that, I no longer have the right to call Mistletoe. Olivia grips her sword tightly and starts swinging it wildly at the magical device. It's a desperate, relentless effort, but her strength does nothing against the device. Instead, she only injures herself with her own power. And as those wounds appear, terror suddenly surrounding the device begins to slowly seep into them. Lady Olivier, that's enough. Please stop. Olivier stands on the verge of ruining herself. Hansen steps in front of her, with tears streaming down his face. The warrior, now a mere shell of her former self, stares with bloodshot eyes, her pain inherent. Slowly, darkness begins to fall over her wings. Hansen, get away. Hansen, get out of my way. I can't do that. I absolutely won't this time. This time, those words jolt Olivier's memory. Hansen had stood in her way before, and because she didn't listen, she ended up losing Mistletoe in the fairy kingdom. However, things aren't the same now. She has nothing left to lose. And yet, why can't I bring myself to push him to push this human away? Right now, the Gluties rush to the ruins. Gluties, Grenadier? On it. You're telling us to follow. I think it's about Raphia. She was having a hard time breathing, so I had the Gluties hide and supply her with mana for a bit. Let's go. Lady Olivier, don't push yourself too hard. It's dangerous. What's wrong, Hansen? It's nothing. It's just, I thought there was something different about Lady Olivier earlier. The terror around the device has dense. You probably just saw wrong. More importantly, Raphia is the priority right now. Let's hurry. They run without pause towards the fairy kingdom. But what awaits them is the most tragic news of all. Raphia, she's not opening her eyes. I highly doubt they would kill off Raphia. But she is definitely pale as hell. The once beautiful paradise where the fairies used to frolic is no more. The fairy kingdom has become a gray, lifeless hell. In the heart of this tragedy, Raphia lies surrounded by Gluties, her eyes closed. There's no trace of life left in her limp body. Hansen! Olivier, call out Hansen in a trembling voice. Though, though she spoke only his name, Hansen stood at once and swiftly made his way to Rafia's side. Yes, I'll check on her, Mana, right now. Hansen closes his eyes and concentrates. After a moment, he gasps in surprise. What he senses is faint, but it's unmistakably a pulse of life. She's alive. Rafia isn't dead. Oh, thank goodness. Does that mean she's just unconscious? But what does Hansen say next is far from hopeful. No, it's not just simply unconsciousness. To be precise, is closer to a deep coma. A state that is almost indistinguishable from death, yet hasn't quite crossed that final threshold. What did you say? Olivier and Grenadier freeze on the spot. Rafia is a blessed fairy princess. So to possess much more mana than other fairies. That's how she managed to survive even as her surrounding mana was lost. She slowly depleted her own reserves. I'm sure the gluties helped with her mana, but it wasn't enough to sustain her. Then the reason she can't wake up now is because she's out of mana. She only the bare minimum needed to stay alive remains. It's nowhere near enough to regain consciousness. She won't be able to wake up until she's replenished with the amount she needs. Hansen, can't you provide her with mana? I'm a human, so the amount of mana I can provide is limited, and compared to the total conception of the fairy princess, capacity of the fairy princess, what I have is like a drop in the ocean. Even if I forced out every last drop of my magic power, it would probably take decades. Hansen response falls like boulders upon the two. Even the groans and the dying fairies had faded. All that remains is the fairy kingdom, is a suffocating silence. This silence hinges from the moment before Grenadier having made up her mind to speak. I'll leave with Rafia. Grenadier, I've been away from the Glooty Forest for too long. I'll go back with the Glooties and protect Rafia. But the fairy princess belongs here in the fairy kingdom. Olivier, it's time to face reality. Grenadier speaks calmly and with a chilling clarity. There are no more fairies left here. Even now, the device are still running. The mana in this forest. But even now, the device is still running. The mana in this forest will no longer surge like it used to. Rafia will never wake up if she stays here. No, she might even die. But Even now, her mana is still being drained. Have you found a way to stop the device? Can you call upon Mistletoe? Olivia cannot answer, only her fingertips tremble uncontrollably as she grips her sword. With everything said and done and down, with everything said and done, she has to face the truth. No, she has no choice but to acknowledge it. In the end, I couldn't protect the fairy kingdom, nor Lafia. And on top of that, I've lost the right to wield the holy sword given to me by Lady Freya. So it's no longer answers my call. Everything is as clear as day. I have failed. Honesty would record this day as she falls, as the fall of the fairy kingdom. Grenadier, I have a favor to ask of you. Take Hanson with you to the Glooty Forest. I'm sure he'll be of great help if something happens to Lethia. Lady Olivia, are you fine with that, Hanson? Of course. I have to look after Raphithia. Raphithia. And there should be enough magic power in the Glooty's forest. Then I'll take Hanson with me. He's human. I can trust. He's human. He's a human. I can trust after all. Thank you. Wait. You only mentioned my name. Are you coming with us, Lady Olivier? Olivier is a valkyrie. She'll probably return to the goddesses she served. If that's the case, will she be punished? Wouldn't she? I heard that Freya is a stricter goddess than Lady Norja. I really hope she doesn't receive too harsh a punishment. Lady Olivier is the most righteous and strongest being I've ever known. Thank you, but I do not believe I'll be receiving... Thank you, but I do not believe I'll be receiving punishment. Those words stop Hanson and Grenadier in their tracks. Somehow, they both know Olivier is planning to leave. As the Valkyrie grows smaller in the distance, Hanson stares after her worry accent into his face. He then shouts before Olivier is out of earshot. Lady Olivier, you must come back. We'll be in the forest of Glooties. Don't forget. His desperate farewell resounds in the air and echoes chasing after her fading silhouette. Damn. To receive punishment is to be granted absolution. Such a grace is no longer mine to claim. In the moment, Olivier feels a burning sensation in her eyes and wings. The prolonged experts of the heavily concentrated terror from the magical device must be finally taking its toll. Valkyries are are vulnerable to terror concentration as beings of sanctity who who have never once been tainted by darkness. They are highly susceptible to corruption. And once that corruption begins, there is no way to ever return to how they once were. Though Olivier has been using their divine power to resist the concerns being caused by the terror, isn't uncertain how much longer she can endure. An eternal struggle against terror. This too must be the price I pay for my sins. A tainted Valkyrie has no place to return to. Olivier marches on without a moment's rest to a place unknown for a time unknown. She walks and walks and walks until finally she realizes, I totally have no place to return to. Clear tears fall little by little, tracing a path of the Valkyrie's steps. That was the final trace Olivier left behind on the surface. Is there any news about Lady Olivier today? Nothing. Maybe it's time to give up. But there's no way someone like her would be gone this long. Maybe she returned in secret and Lady Freya gave her another mission already. You're free to imagine, but I doubt it. Lady Grenhilder is also waiting for her. If even her closest comrade doesn't know where she is, it's probably because she hasn't returned yet. I guess that's true. I recommend you clear your head and get back to training. Keep lagging behind like this, and next time my spear is knocking you flat. Who's lagging behind? You better keep up with your own training. I won't forgive you if you go down like a weakling. Damn. After two Valkyries candidates had leave, a lone winged Valkyrie suddenly appears. It's Gunhilder, Olivier's longtime comrade in battle. Where have you gone to, Olivier? Hold on, Dibbies. I'm going to step away to use the bathroom. I only got 4 chapters left, so I'll be right back. Alright, my apologies, I'm back. Had to go to the bathroom badly. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 left for this one. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. Alright, let's go. Alright. Ooh, deep within the mountains, deep within the mountains, were sheer cliffs deep all over the world. Oh, wait. Deep within the mountains, where sheer cliffs keep all others away. How long has it been since the fall of the fairy kingdom? With no place left to return, the Valkyrie spends her days beneath the cliffs, swinging her sword without rest to dull the weight of her guilt. In time, the space around her grows wide enough to live and train. I'm nearly out of food. Maybe I should go hunting before I run out completely. Is this breakfast? No, it could be lunch by now, or maybe even dinner. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. Time, seasons, years, they're all meaningless anyway. The meal ends with a few dried berries and roughly sliced pieces of meat. Olivier bears no trace of who she was when she first came down to the surface. Her pride and honor, all forgotten. Now she is simply survives day by day. This is the life of a Valkyrie who has given up on returning to the side of their demigoddess. I don't feel like it, but I guess I have no choice. With a sigh, Olivier raises to her feet, sluggishly. Whether she's hunting or foraging, she has to leave the cave first. The forest outside the cave is bright and vibrant. Sunlight causes her to pause. Having not prepared herself mentally, Olivier breathes, because in regular and heavy the moment she faces the outside scenery, it is coming back to her again. The midday forest often brings back memories from the past. With the beautiful scenery before her, Olivier takes her step back into closes her eyes tightly. After passing those trees, the fairy kingdom is deep in the forest, where the fairies suffered right in front of me painfully. Then the warlocks. Even with her eyes shut, the memories come back to Olivier, clearly a trigger. Clearly targeted. The tragedy of that day starts to unfold once more as the noise echoes in her mind. It feels so vivid, the detailed, that Words she never even heard before seemed to whisper directly into her ears. I died because of you, choking, struggling in agony. That's right, you're the worst Valkyrie. Things might have ended differently if it had been any other Valkyrie. I'm disappointed, Lady Olivier. You're even more helpless than a human like me. Raffi was so scared, Olivier. Why did you leave Raffi to die? I know, I'm sorry. Everything that happened that day was my fault. No, it wasn't. Sending someone like you was my mistake. You are nothing but a disgraceful, repulsive failure to both me and my mother. Lady Frilia. Olivier's mind spins in chaos and her entire body trembles. It feels like the terror she had buried is clawing its way back into the surface and threatening to consume her completely. Olivier flees back to the cave. Her feet only stop when she reaches the deepest, darkest corner of the cave, where not even a sliver of light can reach. My head, it hurts so much. The pain feels as if her skull is about to split open. It's so painful that it feels as if the only way to make it end is if she were to die. In the midst of that agony, a whisper escapes Olivier's lips. It's so painful. She has never once said those words aloud, words she had never even thought about before. Now, echo off the cave walls. It's painful. I'm scared, please. Olivier once considered emotions and weakness. Now she finds herself utterly overwhelmed by them. Oh my God. Engulfed in pain, fear, and regret. If only I had listened to Hansen that day. If I'd taken his words even a little more seriously, if I'd trusted Mistletoe's judgment. The lips that once spoke of pride now repeat nothing but pain and regret. As the relentless heartache eats away at her, Olivier slowly loses consciousness. Outside the cave, darkness rearranges. The sun had set while she was unconscious. Only then does Olivier manage to carefully step outside. Is it night already? Alright, I might as well hunt a small animal or two since I'm already outside. She walks into the shadowy forest, where she quietly welcomed by the soft breeze and the sounds of the insects. The absence of even moonlight leaves her surroundings in pitch darkness, yet shading that strangely that soothes her. It's because this moment reminds her of a certain memory The forest was just as dark as it is now. There was a crackling fire and a warm potato soup, I think. I remember it tasted good, but I can't recall what it actually tasted like. Olivier quietly drifts into a memory. It was one of the days they were traveling to the fairy kingdom together. Hansen, Grenadier, and Rathithia. Dinner is served. Come get your plates and utensils. It's been a long day, so I'll give you all extra. This is Raffi's favorite time of day. Stew? Wait, stew? Skewers? And potatoes? And roasted fruit? They smell alone is amazing. You're really like a top-tier chef among humans, Hansen. Grenadier, are you going to eat your roast fruit? If not, can Raffi have it? There's no way I'm giving it up, even if it's to Raffia, especially when it tastes this good. But Raffi wants another one. What about you, Olivia? Huh? She already finished hers. While we were talking. I grilled plenty, so there's more than enough for everyone. Here, let me put more on your plate. Careful, it's hot, so eat slowly. It wasn't an especially remarkable day, just an ordinary one along the journey. But it was enough to stir something new inside Olivier. After the fall of the fairy kingdom, Olivier chose to cut ties with the world and seclude herself. Should any thread still link her to the world, it would be this. Olivier had begun to cook. I miss those days. Olivier stands there for a while, then slowly looks around the forest. The ancient tree roots are tender, new sprouts beneath them. Quietly speaking of the time that has passed. Now that I think about it, how many years has it been? Hansen was human. He might have grown old and passed away by now. I never got to say thank you. She returns to her cave in silence, a trace of loneliness in her steps. She hadn't caught a single animal, but when she arrives, unexpected visitors await her. Gluties? Grow. I've seen you guys before. Did Grenadier send you? Grow. It's hard to believe Olivier's question whether what she's seeing is real or just a dream. But the feeling of tugging at them, her clothes, is far too vivid to deny. This isn't a dream, they're real. Right, Grenadier must have been calling for me. Could it be that Raffia has awakened? If not, suddenly, a look of seriousness fills Olivier's eyes. It could be a crisis just like back in the fairy kingdom. Whoa, what the hell happened? We're going right back in. Are you telling me to hurry? Gluty seems frantic, as though every second counts. They pull Olivier desperately, almost as if they're sending out a distress signal. Suddenly, something must have happened in the Gluty's forest. They might be in battle, or dire that they need help. Though I don't know if they still see me as someone they can trust. Olivier makes up her mind and gives the Gluties a firm nod, a silent request to lead the way. There's no room for hesitation now. Blunk, blunk, blunk. The Gluties dart off like arrows, and Olivier follows close behind. The ground bulls in her feet as if she runs at full speed. They reach the Gluty forest in less than a half a day. So this is the Grenadier's land, the forest of Gluties. It doesn't seem to be tainted yet. Thank goodness we made it here in time. What is it? Growl. At that moment, the Gluties all turn in unison to make a loud sound. This is their way of greeting the queen. Thy queen. You've come, Olivier. Grenadier. It is a reunion after such a long time. Grenadier greets Olivier like an old friend. Don't get me started on how many Gluties I sent out to find you. You'll understand soon enough, but we desperately need your help right now. Thank you for coming, Olivier. I've missed you. A smile spreads across Olivier's face, as well as a smile she hasn't worn in a long time. I missed you too. Before Grenadier can respond, a small figure appears behind her. What about Raffi? Did you miss Raffi too? Rafifia. Olivier recalls her last memory before going into silent collusion. Back then, Rafifia could barely breathe and was incapable of waking up. And now, like a miracle, Rafifia is standing before her. You're awake. I can't believe it. But now, she couldn't have received enough mana to regain consciousness. We'll explain that part later, Olivier. Right now, warlocks are on their way here. Warlocks again. There's no time to say much. They've missed each other, nor a moment to express their joy at beginning reunited. More urgent things demand their attention. Olivier silently rejects her grip on her sword. Are they after fairies again? But how do they know Rafifia is here? As you know, Rafifia is the princess of the fairies. A pure and immense mana she possesses is enough to identify her as its owner. And when she awoke from a long coma, it caused massive surges of mana. It's Rafifia's amazing. Everyone knew Rafifia woke up and celebrated it. Yeah, but the problem is, Not everyone is celebrating it with good intentions, Breathy. The surge from her awakening, they must have tracked its point of origin. I'm sure the same group that targeted the fairy kingdom last time. In the end, I wasn't even able to eliminate all of the warlocks completely. Olivier. But this time it will be different. Olivier looks at Grenadier and then at Rathithia, the gluties trembling in fear behind her. This time, a sense of duty to protect them rises within her. It has nothing to do with Furfrilia or with any mission. It is Olivier's own genuine resolve. I won't let the warlocks even set foot in this forest. I never want to feel that powerless again. Watching everything I swore to protect slip away before my eyes. This time Rathi will help too. And we've got another really strong ally on our side. An ally? Girl. At that moment, several gluties came rushing towards them in a hurry. They were the ones Grenadier had sent out to scout. The warlocks are approaching. They're coming from 3 paths leading to the forest. And they even brought fiends we've never seen before. It looks like they're determined to capture Rathithia for sure this time. So it's going to be an all-out battle. In that case, I'll take the path with the strongest one. Rathithia, I need to lure. Rathithia, I need you to lure the others to me. Okay, you can leave it to Rathi. Grenadier blinks in disbelief. Olivier asks for help? I wouldn't have been surprised if she rushed off on her own, saying she would handle it by herself. Instead of going on about her mission of duty, she's looking at us properly as actual individuals. And I never imagined that even a Valkyrie could grow. Grenadier, gather up the gluties and make them distract the closest group. Alright, I'll try to slow their advance as much as I can. I'll make it in time this time, I promise. The 3 of them part ways, more each hand heading down their own path. All they can do is look back at one another and silently hope for each other's safety. This should be far enough. Olivier takes position at the edge of the forest path and waits for the enemies. It isn't long before they appear, warlocks, accompanied by giant fiends. Yes, this is the day we've all been waiting for. Soon, the fairy princess will be within our grasp. A giant fiend, and the warlock doesn't look ordinary either. Meanwhile, I've spent too long in seclusion. On top of that, I can't fully draw on my power as a Valkyrie since that'll only worsen the corruption being caused by the terror. Which means there's only one option. Olivier decides to launch a precise attack. What? What kind of coward is attacking us from behind? Olivier moves with light steps as she circles behind the warlock. Not even her shadow can be seen as she remains completely out of sight. It's ironic to hear a warlock call someone else a coward. But it doesn't matter. I lost my honor and pride a long time ago. Following Olivier's cold voice, the warlock's neck snaps. She is shoved into the fiend's mouth. He is shoved into the fiend's mouth without even letting out a single scream. That's your last support. That is your last supper. Roar. The fiend is a grotesque fusion of various beasts created by the warlocks. The sound of different animals overlap as the last out call as it lets out chilling and arousing cries. Is it suffering? It is suffering. Without hesitation, Olivier drives her sword into the spot where the heart should be. This is the only way to end your suffering. Once the massive body of the fiend finally collapses, Olivier pulls her sword out. One of the three paths is secured now. What happened to Rathithia? Could she have been captured by them? As if to dispel her worry, Rathithia appears from the opposite path, happily skipping along. You're so slow. Come on, play with Rathi properly. You slippery little brat. We weren't under orders to keep you alive. You're be dead already. You're tried already. Boring. Rathithia. Oh, Olivier. Oh, what do you think? Rathithia's doing a good job, right? Rathithia smiles innocently, but Olivier can't return the smile. Behind Rathithia, the warlocks begin chanting spells as they chase her. If we can't kill her, then we should be fine knocking her out. Rathithia, watch out! A massive ball of magical energy forms as if it were a cauldron filled with poison. Just as the magical mass is about to enferge Olivier and Rathithia. Unknown human. Dear me, I can't let you do that. Clear mana, as bright as sunlight, spreads out, and the black cloud-like mass magical energy melts away in an instant. That wasn't all. The warlocks collapsed to the ground the moment the pure mana lets out a blinding light. What was that just now? Oh my God, my boy done grew up. My boy done grew up and became a man. My boy done grew up and became a man. Olivier looks towards the direction of which the pure mana came to protect her. Her gaze lands on a single person standing tall. Olivier takes a step forward, slowly moving closer to him. Their face seems both familiar and unfamiliar. At the same time. It can't be. I could be mistaken, but... So you do recognize me, Lady Olivier. The man withdraws his mana and walks towards Olivier. He still has the same smile he had during his boyhood. Hansen, thank you for not forgetting me. Oh, fuck. Yo, this is so fucking good. The time Olivier spent in seclusion was about 20 years. That isn't a long period for Valkyries, but for a human, it's enough time for a boy to grow up into an adult. Then Rathithia was able to wake up because... Yup. It's thanks to Hansen that Raffi was able to wake up. Raffi could feel it even though she was asleep. Hansen kept giving his pure mana to Raffi little by little. Didn't you say it'll take decades to refill Lathithia's with mana, Hansen? Did you actually do it? It must have been like trying to fill a vast lake. It was my duty. Yo, my boy grew up into a handsome ass Prince Charming looking like motherfucker, yo. 20 years ago, I ran off with nothing but the resolve to protect fairies, and from then until now, that resolve has never wavered. Hansen's gaze has he answered remains just as steady and resolute. Olivier, my head's starting to hurt this, I'm sorry. Olivier has no choice but to acknowledge him now. Yes, it seems you've grown enough to fight by my side. It'll be an honor to fight alongside you. He's gonna die, I bet. I hope he doesn't. Rathithia, you did well. Leave the rest to us. Go find a safe place deep in the Glooty Forest to hide there. Okay, Raffi's good at hide and seek. Hansen draws his magic sword and takes a battle stance. Stragglers back to their feet. Warlocks Hansen brought down with his magic begin closing in. This is not a battle they can afford to drag out. Glooty Forest could be put in danger if they waste too much time here. Olivier gives Hansen a signal with a glance, and Hansen promptly nods. Over there! Over here! Huh? Hansen's magic sword pierces cleanly through one of the warlock's neck. Olivier steps in front of Hansen and levels the point of her sword straight at the warlocks before they can counterattack. Without taking her eyes off them, she asks in a low voice, "Hansen, ready?" All set. At the same moment, Hansen answers Olivier's stop. Olivier drops low, and the magic sword Hansen conjures flies forward, striking the enemies dead on. Damn. Take him down first. He's just a lone mage. If we all attack at once, I won't let you. Before the warlocks even realize it, Olivier is already in front of them. She had used her momentum for lowering her body to open Hansen's line straight to propel herself forward. The warlocks don't even get to take a single step before tumbling to the ground. Olivier's cold voice falls over their withering forms. I won't listen to any last words. Soon after, the warlocks meet their end at the tip of Olivier's sword. Now, let's head to the final path. Lead the way, Hansen. Hansen quickly leads forward the gloomy forest, with Olivier following behind him. Olivier can't help but notice his back is broader than when she last saw him. Oh, I didn't expect them to break through so quickly. I need to buy a little more time for them. Grenadier. Olivier. Hansen. They arrive just as the final line of defense is about to be breached. If this line falls, Glooty Forest will inevitably meet the same fate as the Fairy Kingdom. But strangely, Olivier is almost certain that they'll win. Over Olivier and Hansen's face the warlocks, Glooty's forest at their backs. You can rest easy now, Lady Grenadier. I'll definitely protect this time. Alright, I trust you. Now, it's our chance. Let's go. At last, Olivier raises her sword. For the first time in her life, she finally entrusts her back to someone else. The battle continues until nightfall. Then, with the fall of the last warlock, the forest falls silent once more. The invaders have been driven out. I'm glad you were able to protect Glooty Forest. Everyone's words can't express how grateful I am. Especially you, Olivier. You were so good. It's hard to believe you've been in seclusion all this time. Maybe it's because I finally had a reason to take up my sword again. Come to think of it, Hansen, have you been living here this whole time? Yes, that's right. Wait. The lid of a pot begins to rattle violently. Hansen jumps to his feet and hurries over. A campfire crackling at the center of the forest clearing where they sat gathered, a pot filled with Hanson's simmering stew hangs above the campfire. This is what Olivier had always longed to see more than anything else. Is it ready yet? Raffy's hungry. It needs to boil a little more. I'll give you the first bowl once it's done, Rathivia. I'm starving. Rathivia paces around the campfire, clearly bored of waiting. Hanson watches her with a smile, then gives the pot a few stirs before returning to sit beside Olivier. If I told this to someone, they'd probably laugh. Fairies live so much longer than humans, so who's really protecting whom? You're right, humans' lives are far shorter. That's why I've heard time is more precious to humans than anything else. Isn't that right? Yes, for most people that's true. You were just a young boy back then. We met in the forest, in the fairy forest. In the fairy kingdom. And now, after decades, even more years than you've lived so far, you've finally fulfilled your duty. Oh, no, it's not that impressive. Anyone could have done it. No, this isn't something just anyone could have done. Saying that would only diminish a great feat. You carry heart more steadfast than any valkyrie, more steadfast than even mine. Hanson, your devotion is something truly extraordinary. You've completely changed the way I see humans. Lady Olivier. Oh my god. Damn. Olivier quietly gazes at Hanson, who still gets flustered like a child even as an adult. By human standards, he's at the age when most people would settle down with a job and family. But despite his gaze, he still holds onto a certain innocence, and as she looks at him, something stirs within Olivier, a feeling she can't quite explain. Lady Olivier. Hanson, is it ready yet? Oh my god. The savory scent of the soup drifts through the air as if it were following after Raffi's voice. Looks like the food's ready. Just a moment. Hanson raises to his feet again. Olivier's eyes remain fixed on his back as he walks away. Something that brings warmth. Was it? Olivier, what are you thinking about so deeply? Dick. That's what she's thinking about. She's thinking about some dick. She's thinking about some dick. Oh, Grenadine, dear. I was just thinking about what I'm going to do now. As I thought, are you going to take Raffi back to Lady Rathithia? The Lady Frilia? In that moment, Olivier comes to a realization. She could return to Lady Frilia if she has Rathithia with her. Rathithia. Having secured the princess of the fairy kingdom, it might even be possible to push come to shove to restore the kingdom to life. Of course, it wouldn't be enough to save Olivier from her corruption of Terra, but at the very least, it would rush away the shame of failing her mission. And yet, if I really wanted to, I suppose I could. Olivier's gaze quickly up to the sky. It almost feels as if she can see Frilia's cold face staring back at her through the drifting night clouds. Lady Frilia is hostile towards humans. No, it's better to say that she despises them. And Hansen, he's a human who knows far too much about the last fairy. You don't mean? Yes, if it's her shame, if it's her, she might kill him. No, she definitely will. Olivier and Grenadier silently look across the campfire to the campfire. On the other side, Rathia and Hansen are smiling brightly as they prepare dinner together. Olivier watches the flickering scene quietly, her gaze lingering for a long while. Olivier. Grenadier, I've made up my mind. I won't let Hansen die. I won't be returning to Lady Frilia. Wow. Alright, final chapter, guys. For this part. For going home, at least. Final chapter. This is the path Olivier has chosen. Now that Rathithia, her original mission has been awakened. Now that Rathithia, her original mission has been awakened, she could return to Frilia. But Olivier chose of her own free will to remain on the surface. Then can I ask you one favor, Olivier? Of course, what is it? I want you to protect Rathithia in my place. You want me to protect Rathithia? Olivier's eyes widen at the unexpected request. Grenadier has been Rathithia's guardian for countless years. The thought of Grenadier entrusting her to someone else is almost unthinkable. Sooner or later, Gluty Forest will be in danger again. Now that Rathithia has awakened, there's no way to guarantee her safety anymore. Gluty Forest is where Rathithia regained her consciousness, and therefore where the surge of mana began. I got rid of all the warlocks who followed the wave. Not a single one made it out alive. But I'm sure that won't be the last of them. Just like how more showed up today, even after we thought we wiped them out back in the Fairy Kingdom. Others could still come and attack this place again. If that happens, not just Rathia, but the Gluties will be in danger too. It is an undeniable truth. Grenadier is strong, but not as strong as Olivier, a valkyrie. Moreover, as a queen of Gludi, she is already spread thin. She is already spread thin, protecting her forest and the Gludis. Very well, I understand. I'll protect Lethia with Hansen. That should be safer for her. I haven't mentioned Hansen yet, though. What? Seeing your reaction, I assume he's been on your mind. Grenadier looks up at Olivier with a mischievous gaze. Olivier is flustered for a moment as she struggles to come up with something to say. I'm not that sure yet. Not wanting to tarnish the name of fidelity with lies any longer, Olivia answers honestly. I see. Thank you, Olivier, for accepting my request. Just then, Hansen and Rathithia call out to them, the other side of the fire. Lady Olivier, Grenadier, come quick before the food gets cold. If you too slow, Raffy's going to eat it all herself. Seeing them, Olivier and Grenadier burst into laughter, the tension finally melting away. Only then does the hunger catch up with them. Setting aside the countless thoughts swirling in her mind, Olivier decides to enjoy this evening in peace. So passes the day of their warm reunion, and then a few days go by. Raffia doesn't want to say goodbye to Grenadier. The group can't stay in Gludi Forest for long, since there's no telling when the warlocks might strike. Then the day finally comes for them to leave. Rathithia looks like she's about to cry. We'll see each other again, Rathithia. This is only a short goodbye. That's right. Lady Olivier and I will be always by your side as well. Okay, Raffi's a big girl now. Raffi understands. So, I'm sorry, Rathithia. Stay safe and take good care of yourself, okay? Grenadier wraps Rathithia in a gentle hug as they say their goodbyes. She's reluctant to let the girl go from her arms, but knows there's no other choice. She then turns to give a warm look to Olivier and Hansen. I'm sure you two can overcome every obstacle that comes your way. Please take good care of Rathithia. We will, and I hope Gludi Forest remains peaceful, Grenadier. If there ever comes a time you need my help, promise you'll call for me immediately. I should be saying that to you as well. After all, you guys are the ones who the warlocks will be hell-bent on hunting. Shadows fall across Olivier's and Hansen's faces. The warlock's true goal is to capture Rathithia. If they discover that she is no longer in Glooty Forest, they will score the world until they find her. Grenadier. The Grenadier and prepared for their parting with that very possibility in mind. I've prepared a place for you. There, those guys won't be able to find you easily. A place for us to live? Let me guess. You were planning to return to the place where you were originally hiding, weren't you? Be it the fairy kingdom, in this Glooty Forest, there'll be both hidden places humans can't easily enter, but they've both been discovered. There's no guarantee you won't be discovered for the third time. That's why I thought it might be time to change your surroundings and live among humans. Among humans? I see, so like hiding a tree in the forest. It's a cabin in somewhat remote location, but it's been much more comfortable than that cave we're holed up in. And since it's not too far from here, you'll still be able to call on me for help if anything happens. If it was a peace place that Grenadine, who also interacts with humans, would had prepared for emergencies. She didn't hesitate to give up one of her own dwellings to keep Rathia safe. I'll send some glooties from time to time so we can keep up with each other. Thank you, Grenadier. I feel like I'm always in your debt. Alright, you guys better get going before it's too late. You never know when the warlocks might show up. Take care, Rafi. I'll definitely see each other again, Grenadier. Until we meet again, Lady Grenadier. We'll be waiting for you for the glooties. Their departing steps feel heavier than ever. While Hansen tries to comfort the tearful Rathia, Olivier studies the map given by Grenadier. Just as she thinks they'll have to keep walking for a while longer, a familiar forest path comes into view. Olivier immediately recognizes where they are. This is near the cave where I used to live in solitude. It's so desolate. So you spent decades here all by yourself, Lady Olivier. Elaine, you must have been so lonely. I'm okay now. I'm no longer alone. Please, wait here for a moment. I want to go gather the last of my things. Olivier's gaze rests on the direction of the cave, but her eyes seem to be locking on something far behind it. Raffi too. Raffi wants to go with you. Raffi's holds on. How about we play flower finding games? Let's see who can find the most bloomed flowers here. The most bloomed flowers? Let's see. Go on ahead, Lady Olivier. With Hanson's ever-patient, thoughtful hand, Olivier heads in towards the secluded cave the once called home. Inside, everything remains much the same as then when she left. Just as I left it. Aside from her pieces of clothing, she isn't much to take. Olivier slowly surveys the dark cave. It was a lonely time. It really did feel quite alone. All those emotions, why did I keep pushing them away and running from them? Maybe I was lonely, making myself lonelier without even realizing it. The deep wounds Olivier carries are slowly starting to heal. Outside the cave, Hanson and Raphia are waiting for her. The thought of them being a gentle being a gentle warmth to her heart. That warmth, now kindled, gives a strength once more. Mistletoe. It was a fleeting hope. Now that she had the right to return to Raphia, a thought could call her sword once more. But Mistletoe does not answer. Olivier calls, the cave remains filled with silence. You be it, so be it. I will now set you the sword fertility aside and pursue my own sense of fertility. I sincerely hope I never have to call on you again. Now, the midday forest no longer torments me. Lady Olivier. Over here, this way. From afar, Hanson and Raphia call all out to her. Olivier walks towards them slowly. She basks in the sunlight and gentle breeze as she takes in precious scenery around her. So cute. This piece won't last forever. This piece won't last forever. The future holds eternity, and nothing in this world is unchanging. But as long as fate allows it, I will protect them. Look, Raffi found a pretty flower. The warlocks could strike again at any time. Is this all your things? I'll carry them for you. Even Hanson's being human will one day reach an end of his life. Nevertheless, I'll march on to our home. A quiet, certainly, damn, I am definitely tired. A quiet, certainty in her heart. A quiet certainty settles in her heart. She returning to the place that's truly hers. Wow. I want to continue so bad. Between life and death. That's going to be the last. I think that's when Hanson dies. probably in the end. But I'm not going no further. As much as I want to, I will do the rest on Sunday when I get home. Now what I will do, however, we are going to try to 1-to-1s one more time with this brutish bastard. Now that we got a booster on her, but what I'm going to do first, what I'm going to do before we end it, go here. We want to switch to her. No. We want to switch to her. We want to be on her. And what I want to do, go to her.
죄송해요. 계약서금과 아빠하고는 상관없어요. 이건 제가 선택한 일인걸요.
I forgot that she's not maxed. And that's what needs to happen. She needs to be maxed out. Definitely. Do I have enough of them to put her where I need her? Yes, I do. I don't think I have enough on Rathia though. Let's go ahead and auto gear her. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a max repeat. Skip through. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna back out and we're gonna do this one more time just to see if we can get a better score. A little better. Can we do one more? It is a little better, but we need to get more than, we need to get something worse, better than C's. Alright, we got one more bead. Come on, can we get rid of that other C, please? Yes, I'll take it. Still not the ideal one I would want, but I'll take it.
영어팀 데이를 아니
So
가까이
I'm
오지
not going to max them
마세요.
all out completely, but what I am going to do, I am going to go ahead and try to get their skills as high as possible, at least some of them. I'm not going to use the other orbs I got though, because we have other units coming out that I'm going to level up. So next we're going to go here. Ooh, she hasn't been leveled at all. Damn. I can get more dark orbs later, so I'll be fine. I'll be perfectly fine. I can always get more of them. Alright. So now that I've gotten what I came for here,
아빠하고는 상...
or did what I came to do, hopefully I can actually proceed with a manner that will
이거
make sure
유명
we get through
아니야.
this battle. Let's go here.
클래피 여왕이 되면
Go here. Okay, we're good with that one. Somehow.
내 멋진 모습을 지켜봐줘. 오늘을 위해 준비했어.
Oh wait, what?
무대 시작하겠습니다.
Oh yeah. This one needs to be maxed out.
안녕. 내
I don't
상담
want to.
헬레나야.
Oh my gosh, I don't have nowhere near enough of these. That's why. Wait, 50. So I still need to do 1, 2, 3. I need 4 and 5. Damn. Alright, Dibs. Let's see if we can make it through this and get to battle 6.
어둠이 내게 명한다. 나는 거스를 수 없어.
Alright, let's go.
모두 내 노래를 들어줘.
Boom.
야.
Boom, 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 boom.
그 아이를
Alright, I might not make it through it still though. I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared.
야.
Alright.
야.
Alright, let's see.
죄송해요.
Oh, she's not doing no damage at all. she is not doing her maximum output. She is not doing her output like she usually does. I don't know what the hell going on there. She is not hitting like she usually would. We're about to die. Yeah, she's not attacking like she usually would. Something's wrong. Something's off with my buffs, bro. What the hell? She's definitely not hitting like she's supposed to. Alright, we're gonna go to the recommended squads, because I had one that is so weird. She was doing so good. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. We're gonna start off with this one right here and see how this works out. Because we were doing pretty damn good. I don't know what the fuck happened though.
어둠이
Alright, let's go. She's still not hitting like she's supposed to. Maybe next turn she will. I don't know, dude. She's not hitting like she needs to. She's supposed to be hitting a lot harder than that. There we go. That's what I like to see. But that's not gonna matter if we don't get these buffs that we need on her. Because then we got one more turn. I still need to have more copies of her to get through. Come on. Come on, girls. Get to it. Yeah, it's still not hitting as hard as we wanted it to. Last time I did so much better. Don't get it. She's just not hitting like she was before. Oh well. Don't got time. Alright, Dibs. We made it through the story. It took a long time though. This shit took a minute. It took double what it usually does for me to get through these. That's because of how long each chapter was though, but it was still great. I still enjoyed it very much so. So Sunday I will more than likely continue with the story and go through a bit more of it. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well, because I will be doing that. But overall, I think that first part was good. Thankfully, no deaths happened, but considering how they talk about the ages and all the characters, that just shows me that yes, characters, majority of the characters, they're going to be dying. They're going to die. That's what this is telling me, that the characters are going to die. So I am very, very much afraid of what is going to happen here within the story itself. Damn, I'm very much afraid of what's going to happen in the story. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I just hope that in the end, like, when Yo do die, he dies peacefully. Because I know that the way things look with Olivia, she's going to lose her shit and go batshit crazy if something happens to that boy, because you can already tell she has the hots for him. You can already tell she got the spikety dikey hots for him. Like she thirsty for that human. She thirsty. But Already 9000, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a long one when it came down to reading through these stories around us, and yeah, this is how we're going to be doing this from now on, reading through the stories on live, because it just takes way too long to do them any other way. But yeah, Amaya 9000, thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the story, you know the routine. Leave that like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Turn on post notifications. Start checking out all social media that we found within the link tree in the description down below. Links to the Facebook community and gaming page, my Twitch and Twitter, my Tumblr, my Trovo, my IG, my Discord, and my TikTok. All the above dibs can be found down below. Over on Discord, dibs, you can suggest games to your boy and any other content you wish to see on the channel or my other social media and all that other cool stuff as well. So be sure to do that. If you're interested in joining the guild for Brown Dust, be sure to go over to the Discord server because we do have a guild chat that's being made for the group for our Brown Dust Guild members and all this stuff as well. So get the role that is called Waifu RPG, and yeah. Once you get that role, you'll have access to Brown Dust, and then we'll be incorporating a role in a bit. Over the next week or so, we'll be incorporating the guild role. So just make sure you get that in the guild role. Once we can incorporate that, we'll be handing it out to those who actually asked for it. But I'll make an announcement that we now have the guild role available and all that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to do so. Also, dibs, be sure to check out any content down in the description that's down below that's related to Brown Dust, such as their Facebook community page for X, as well as direct links to any version of the games you want to play, such as the PC version or the iPhone or Google version. You'll also find direct links to the APK as well down there. Also, dibs, you can find direct links to their Discord server too within the link in the description as well. And with that being said, remember, fun is an infinite destination. May your hearts be your guiding key when it comes down to Brown Dust dibs. You already know, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. And Jiggle Felix, and most definitely fucking I love you guys, and good night.